Welcome back. American college student Otto Warmbier is expected back in the U.S. at any moment, more than a year after his arrest and conviction in North Korea. But now we have learned he's been in a coma since March of last year. Warmbier was sentenced to 15 years hard labor for stealing a political poster from a Pyongyang hotel. His parents reportedly learned last week that he has been in a coma since contracting botulism shortly after his conviction. At least that's what the North Koreans claim. Defense Secretary James Mattis recently referred to North Korea as the most urgent and dangerous threat to our peace and security. But whatever you do, you don't have to worry, because Dennis Rodman has arrived on the scene to lend his foreign policy expertise. The State Department says Rodman is not there in an official capacity, but has made 4 other visits to the Hermit Kingdom. And upon landing today, the Worm told reporters he was there, quote, to do something that's pretty positive. My God. Joining me now to discuss is the host of the new show, You're Welcome, on Compound Media. Michael Malice is back. He's also the author of the book, Dear Reader, the unauthorized autobiography of Kim Jong-il. It is a must-read. Go get it today. Michael Malice, welcome back.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Really disturbing events. Is there any stock we can put in North Korea's claim that the kid contracted botulism and fell into a year-long coma?
Well, the thing is, we are always told that when people are held captive in North Korea, they're treated very poorly. If you're a North Korean citizen, you're not spending a year in a coma, you're spending a week in a coffin. They do not have medical care for their own citizens. And we have to remember, this guy wasn't a prisoner, he was a hostage. And hostages have value, and they've surely gotten something in return for him. But I do not believe for a second necessarily that they're telling the truth. For all we know, they've been beating him this entire time mercilessly, and only now he got into a coma and they decide they have to get rid of him.
Yeah, and that's what his parents claim, is that he has been beaten, he has been a victim, and our Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, says that, you know, he certainly is going to remain mum on behalf of the family and the country until they decide to disclose more. What I want to ask you, and what I think is pretty interesting and so odd, I mean, it is so absurd that Dennis Rodman is over there once again and happens to arrive on the day they release this kid. It is obviously a medical release. Is there any correlation there?
Well, of course. So what North Korea does is they'll go in waves in terms of their propaganda. And one week we're going to kill you all, we're going to nuke, Guam. And then next week, look, we're good guys. We're setting free people magnanimously. We're inviting your citizens to come visit. And they play this loop over and over, and they've been doing it for years. They'll have a moment of sunshine, then a moment of saber rattling, and the press reports it breathlessly and still thinks that they're crazy when they're just really good at being manipulative.
No, it is quite a manipulation. There are still 3 Americans held captive there.
Right.
So my question is, do you fear that they have been receiving the same horrific treatment that Otto Warmbier has been receiving? Is there anything that gives you any inclination that they are in better shape?
We don't know that at all, but we do know that the prisoners are actually usually treated quite well, especially compared to the average North Korean who's a prisoner. In fact, many of the guards have been known to press their wards for information about the outside world because they can't believe what an average person in America standard of living is. So if you're treated well in North Korea, you're still treated horribly compared to American standards. And that's something Dennis Rodman forgets. When he was asked about concentration camps, he literally said, well, we have prisons, so what's the difference? Well, ask those prisoners in America if they'd rather be in a prison in North Korea, and you'll find your answer.
Yeah, absolutely. Ask them what they do to newborn babies in front of their own mothers in North Korean labor camps.
Yes.
And is there TV in North Korea? Are the citizens there seeing Dennis Rodman arriving with a press gaggle?
Oh, of course, and this is proof of how popular Marshal Kim Jong-un is with the rest of the world. We have American celebrities coming to visit and basically bow down and kiss his ring. That just proves their argument that everyone in the world worships him and venerates him, and that our leadership is hated and is a pariah.
All right, well, we'll keep our eye on the story. Thanks to you, Michael Malice. Have a great night.
Thank you, Kenny.